Hello.
Yeah, my first question is, do you sometimes envy your friends who look better than you?
Yes, sometimes I envy my friends because I usually don't have time to play with my friends, but some of my best friend Nayang has a lot of time to play with my friends, so I sometimes envy her too, and sometimes I envy my friend Xian because I think she can study very well, and she is I just think she is really pretty, and she looks very generous and she is really generous to me and every people. So I envy my friend Nayang and Xian.
Right. So you think that looking good is important for people's life?
Yes, is some yes is sometimes it's very important to looking good, like some K-pop star or the other singers or some talents is really important to them, but it's not just very important because looking good is not. But if they have looking good, but there is not they aren't generous and they are not kind, it isn't important to the people. But I think looking good is not important to people.
Right. Okay, nice. Next question is, each country has different tastes and culture of the food. Do you respect all of them? Like Japan has their own style like that.
But I don't respect everything because our culture isn't the same. But our culture isn't the same. But some cultures I respect because their culture is really good, and their culture, I think their so every country's culture is really good, but is its type is not same to every type is not same. So I think it's one of our types. So our type is also different. So I think it isn't the same it isn't a good everything.
So anyway, you still respect them anyways, right?
Yes.
Right. What do you think about the culture of Korean traditional food?
I think Korean traditional food has a high calorie, but is really delicious. One of bibimbap is high calorie, and if we eat that, and we can fat easily, but it's really delicious, I think, and it's healthy for us. But anyway, it has a lot of calories, so it isn't good for diet.
Yeah. How we can advertise to promote Korean food to other countries' people?
I can't, but we can do that. But first, we should. If we see the foreigners and we say to the foreigners, Korean food is good for some things and good for some things, and say to the foreigners and if the is really delicious, and they say to their friends, it's really delicious. If you go to the sometimes if you visit the Koreas, you need to eat this, and we can promotion we can promotion our food very easily like that.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Next question. These days, many animals are not living in their habitats.
Yes.
Because of human greed. People cage and maltreat them to get good furs and leathers. What do you think about this matter?
I think it's really bad. I think human is really cruel and it really means to animals, and but the women in the world loves to wearing fur and leather jackets, and also my mom likes to wearing that, and I can understand them, but if I wear that, it looks very fat, but they think it's really it looks very gorgeous, and so I can understand that. And if I wear that, it looks very hot, and so and it looks very hot, so I don't want to wear that. But we can produce a good fabric to make good clothes, and so we don't need to maltreating them and hurt them and catch they cage, and it's really mean to animals, so I am very sad about it.
Okay, fair enough. I think many students want to hide their privacy. Do
Yes.
your parents disturb your private life?
And they know all of my privacy, so they don't need to. But I think they need to. They don't need to. They want to know our privacy, but I think parents doesn't need to find their kids' privacy, because it's one of the life of the children. So I think is one of I don't want to. I think parents doesn't. I don't want to my parents know my privacy sometimes, because they say to the many people about my privacy. So I am very sad about it.
Right. So you think the parents have to know whatever you do?
No, and it's what hey, I'm young, so they need to what I do what I do, but they don't. But when I was young, they need to know that, but I'm not young nowadays. I'm not young, so I think they doesn't know how to what I do.
Right. So you feel kind of stressed when they try to
Yes.
detail about you. Right. Okay. Now, when do you spend your money?
I eat 불량식품 with my friends in super or supermarkets or somewhere, and I usually eat with my friends, and sometimes I buy to my friends, and sometimes my friends buy me some food.
Right. Do you save your pocket money in your account?
Actually, I don't have an account, but I have a piggy bank in my house, so I save my money in the piggy bank.
Yeah. So what do you want to do if you save a lot of money?
When I was a university student, I want to go to the European backpack trip, and I want to go to the US or many countries to study or traveling.
Right. How much do you get enough pocket money from your parents?
In a month, I have 20,000 won in a month.
So you spend it all, or you just sometimes
No.
spend half of it? Or?
No, I usually save my pocket money. So I don't usually spend my pocket money. So I usually save my pocket money all the time.
Okay. How much allowance do you? Where do you usually spend your money?
To eat some food and buy some extra goods.
Any other places?
I don't know.
The supermarket or anything like that?
Yes, I go. Sometimes I go to the supermarket and buy my snacks to eat that, and sometimes I don't have. Sometimes I don't have a time to eat my breakfast and dinner. So sometimes I go to the GSC 25 and buy 삼각김밥.
Okay, great. Do you think you spend your money wisely?
Sometimes I think I don't spend my money wisely, but usually I think I spend my money wisely.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. My last question is, what's your plan this weekend?
This weekend I will play with my friends in the playground, and we usually play with my I usually play with my friends, friend Nahyung, and if I play with her together, and the we will, I am very fun together with Nahyung, so I usually play with my friend Nahyung and Xiang.